The Fulltime Bosscast.
To the Fulltime Bosscast.
Navigating the journey from a 9-to-5 to full-time entrepreneurship with your hosts, Ryan the Boss, and Lady Shay. Presented by Morningstar Printing, where we print pretty much everything.
Thank you for tuning in to the Fulltime Bosscast, sponsored by Morningstar Printing, where we print everything. We are here at the Photo Video Spot Studio. I am your host, Ryan, the Fulltime Boss, and I am here with Lady Shay. And thank you for being with us here today. Lady Shay, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited. I'm ready to get into this conversation.
Yes.
Ready to talk to our first guest. So let's get it.
Exactly. As you see, we have an empty spot here, but it will be filmed shortly. So once again, thank you. And let's get this party started. Okay. So we are pleased to have our first guest on the Fulltime Bosscast. Her name is Anna Lewis. She is the owner of Halftime Physique. Anna, how are you doing? And welcome to the Fulltime Bosscast.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. So let's get right into it.
Yeah.
Tell the people what you do.
All right. Well, I am a body content specialist as well as an international master trainer. What does that mean? That means I help people reach their body goals by accelerating their results through the techniques and tools that I have. But I also train students worldwide to increase their income, expand their services, make their own schedule, and be their own bosses.
So hold on. So now you're telling me body contouring, right? Mm-hmm. Let's put this out in layman's terms or Full-time Boss terms.
Yeah.
What is a body contouring?
It's ways in which I can shape and enhance your body. We can define the abdomen, we can target fat, build booties. They're just different techniques and different modalities from around the world that allow us, again, to give you the body of your dreams. Okay,
so building booties. So
yes.
Obviously you said a lot of other things.
Yeah, but that's the one that stands out all the time.
That's the one that stood out, right? So you're telling me I ain't got to go to Dominican to get,
Colombia too.
I can go to Colombia too, right?
You can go anywhere
To get the BBL, we can just stay here and get it done?
Absolutely. So this is a non-invasive technique. Crazy how much we all know about
I know a little too much about this stuff, but anyway.
It is a non-invasive technique, so it's absolutely painless, and it won't give you the exaggerated looks as a BBL or as 360 lipo or these invasive measures. So it is a way to naturally enhance what is already so beautiful about you.
Right.
So again, creating the contours. The challenge has become for us that with the introduction of social media, we are seeing images that are greatly exaggerated. Right. So when you're coming to me, I'm gonna let you know, you're not going to look like Kim Kardashian.
Right.
However, you're going to have the booty that's right for you. So.
Right. So now me being so now with the whole contouring thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got all these questions, Lady Shay. Sorry.
Okay.
I mean,
I know about body contour.
I got my.
I know she's like, I'm
you
good.
Go ahead and ask your question.
Reaching to the men right now.
I got my belly right now, right?
Yeah.
But I had time to go to the gym. Mm-hmm. Can I just go get a body?
Fix,
something like get an 8-pack.
Exactly. So absolutely, we do fat reduction in problem areas.
Right.
However, again, we're working with the body's organic materials, so you need to do your part too.
Right.
You can't come see me. I'm not going to do all this work for you to go out and have 10 Big Macs, exceed your caloric intake, and have those fat cells, blow up again. And so there is a relationship between me and yourself in the process where I educate you on your nutritional choices as well as your activity levels, and then we escalate that process through the body contouring.
Got you. And there's no surgery.
No surgery.
Wow, this is kind of wild. Lady Shay, are you aware of this stuff?
Of course.
I know, right?
I'm a lady. Okay. But I do have a question. So do you do any body type, or how does that work? Is there specific body types that work?
Absolutely. We do, I want to help everybody, right? And there is such an emphasis on our physiques nowadays and how we look. So no discrimination, booty for everyone, male, female.
Right. So now what you also briefly mentioned that you also train the people who do the booty mastery.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know there's a term.
I'm sure, but we're gonna stick with the booty here, guys. It's not body contouring; it's just booty.
Yeah.
So I'm an international trainer. So I work with people all around the world to train them and teach them what I do. So I've got virtual training. I have online courses. I have one-on-one in person as well as group training. The demand for body contouring has grown exponentially over the past 2 years, over 200% actually.
Wow.
When I started about 4 years ago, nobody knew what body contouring was. Like, people were coming to see me. They're coming to my basement. Like, are you gonna cut me? You know, like
looks like a experimental lab,
right? Like, oh my god, it's in your home. Again, one of the benefits, I could work from home. But it's grown just as much as many of the other beauty industries, like lashing, nails. It's becoming a part of women's beauty routines.
Right. So you're not running an underground surgery?
No,
nothing
I'm
like
not.
I'm visualizing the people coming in the basement being like, what's going on here?
No, again, we're working with organic material to kind of build what's already there.
Right. And you said 200%.
Yes, over 200% in the past 2 years.
Wow.
Like, literally, I started, nobody knew what it was. Now I'm getting women to come see me who have had previous experiences, or who have an abundance of information about it from YouTube, Google, and so forth.
So you mentioned that you started this 4 years ago, or you got into it 4 years ago, and it's grown 200% in that time frame. Like, how did you even get into it? Like, how did you get into body contouring?
Hold on, sorry to interrupt you, but just 1 second. 4 years you've been into it. Last 2 years, like, it's grown 200%, I guess, in the last 2 years. So you're like one of the top people in the city that do this, right?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Top boss.
Definitely forerunner.
That's crazy. Go ahead, Cheryl. Sorry.
How did you get into body contouring? Is this something you have a background in? Like, how did you even get this started 4 years ago?
Where'd that come from?
Nobody else was doing it.
Well, I have a background in fitness and nutrition, and that was always a passion for me. Didn't want to become a personal trainer just because I'm not trying to force other people to do things that I love. That's kind of my time. I was working my 9 to 5. I've got 4 kids. I've got bills to pay. So I like the consistency of my job, but I wanted something on the side to do. So one of the women who kind of brought it to Toronto, she had gotten trained in Colombia. She had gotten the resources over there, and she slowly started up her business and then slowly started training as well. So I was one of her initial students, started practicing immediately, and the industry has just really taken off. So I was able to move it from my side hustle and get into it as my full-time.
So what were you doing specifically before, like, job-wise, your 9 to 5? Like, what was it that you were doing?
So I was working for one of Canada's largest unions. Had a phenomenal 9 to 5, had a phenomenal pay, pension, benefits.
All of that.
I got every holiday, like not just civic, like all statutory, like civic, all of them.
Even like Diwali and stuff.
I even got 2 weeks off paid over Christmas. That wasn't like my holiday, So it was phenomenal. Kwanzaa, I loved my job, loved working with people. But again, just kind of wanted something on the side, could do evenings and weekends after the kids went to bed, just get that additional income.
So I just wanted to ask that because your actual job had absolutely nothing to do with the contouring.
Oh gosh, no.
Right?
No.
So
like, it was more of a passion, right? So I'm already passionate about fitness. I'm already, even for myself, like my goal, I'm 6 feet tall and I'm shaped like a pencil. All right. Like, how long I have wanted a booty? Yeah. Like, this is like a dream come true for me. So, seeing the techniques, seeing how it worked, understanding the anatomy, understanding the biology and chemistry of it all going through our bodies, the mechanisms in our body's response. I was like, if I can give myself a booty, I want to give everybody a booty.
And for those who are listening to the podcast, she is no longer shaped like a pencil. So just
and it's all organic.
Yeah, all organic. So when making the transition, right? Were there any challenges that you faced making the transition from this union job that you were doing to body contouring?
Oh my gosh, yes. Like, so much self-doubt. So much this isn't a good idea. I was raised in a family where it's like you get your 9 to 5, you get your benefits, you have job security, you work until you retire. Right? And I'm just like, no, I can't go out on my own because this isn't how it's done. This isn't how I've been conditioned. Right? I mean, we can even go into the school system and how that conditions us to be employed.
We're trained to be employed.
Exactly. So the idea of me having my own business, me being responsible for my finances, right? Not being told what to do and having that consistency and security of a paycheck, especially I got 4 kids, you know, like I can't just, you know,
it's daunting.
Man. Like, so there was a lot of fear. There was a lot of fear of failure, you know, fear that like, no, this could never be successful. Like before the idea for me to
going broke, getting kicked out of your house, living on the street.
Me and my kids.
Yeah, you know, so.
Oh my God. Oh, but then I'm like, well, maybe I'll just go on social assistance.
There you go. Hey, Lisa.
So what pushed you then? Like, if you had all these fears, this was your side hustle, you had a safe full-time job. A lot of people like that safety or, you know, perceived security because really nobody's secure, really. What pushed you? Like, what made you make that transition from being a full-time employee to a full-time boss?
100% COVID. So
good old COVID strikes again.
Yeah, good old COVID. Like, you know, I've got to give COVID credit because it really, I mean, it sounds horrible, but basically the industry I worked in was completely decimated by COVID. It was the entire industry was shut down, and we were run off of, you know, union dues as well as permits. And if that's not coming in,
if no one's working, there's no union.
No one's working, there's no money, so there's no employees.
Right.
So basically, because of COVID, my industry was completely decimated. So, you know, my union ran off of union dues, they run off of work permits. None of that's coming in. We can't pay our employees. So everybody was laid off. So I'm here, you know, I don't have a job, but I have this side hustle. And the side hustle had really started picking up because, as I told you guys, body contouring like just took off. And, you know, because of my seniority in the industry, because of my work, because of my recognition, I had been contacted by the people in Colombia, some of the manufacturers who wanted me to start promoting and training on their behalf as well, aside from Halftime Physique. So running for them and me, right?
Wow.
So I have all these opportunities coming, and here I am, no job. You know, $2,000 a month served does not pay a grocery bill for a family of 6. So I had no other choice. It was really like sink or swim. And, you know, had it not been for that, I would still be at my 9 to 5, and I would have missed all the opportunities that I have right now, or I would have been going insane with the workload. You know,
because even speaking before this, you mentioned that you didn't even mention it to your family. Like your extended family, I guess I'm assuming.
So you know,
what happened there?
You know, people only. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Take your time.
You're gonna cut this though, right?
No, we're not.
No.
This is not getting cut.
When I first started my business, I didn't tell anybody. So I was really selective of who I let know, you know, and one of the large group of people who got left out was my family. You know, my family had been raised and conditioned just the way they raised and conditioned me, which was you have a 9 to 5, you have job security, this is what you do, you don't go outside of the box. And people will really place their own fears and their own limitations on you. And I already had all this doubt, like I already had this negativity and this self-destructive talk going on.
It's hard enough without it, without people outside.
I don't want somebody affirming that.
Like,
no, you need to tell me I'm going to be good. But I knew that if I went to these people, that wasn't what I was going to get. And it's not, you know, it's not to label them haters. It's not to say this or that about them. It's just, that's what they knew, you know?
Yeah, exactly. If you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly. That's what they were comfortable with.
Right.
And it's so funny. Like, I remember after COVID, I had lost my job, you know, and I'm sitting with one of my family members and they're like, oh my God, Anna, what are you going to do? How are you going to feed the kids? How are you going to pay the bills? Do you need a loan? Like, et cetera, et cetera. And I just looked at them and I was like, actually, you know,
I'm good.
I'm good.
And then you drop that money bag on the table. And he was like, you should be like, are you? You should be like, are you guys okay? Be like, are y'all okay?
But it was just like, actually, you know, I have my own business. And they're like, oh, you started your own business?
That's cute.
And I'm like, no, I've been running my own business. I've been running my own business for about 2 years and it's doing really, really well right now. And funnily enough, like even after that, like 2 months later, they're like, oh, so when work calls you, are you going to go back? And I'm like, so you literally have heard nothing that I told you about my success. Yeah. But
it's a conditioning, you know what I mean?
It is a condition. Yeah. And just as much as they're learning now to come out of that and to support me, I had to do that within the first couple years of my business.
Right. Yeah.
So you really are mindful with who you share. I know you're so like, I was super excited. I wanted to get the word out, tell everybody, come and see me, try body contouring. But I was very selective. Yeah. And it didn't change my views on individuals. Like, I'm not going to hate you for your limitations. However, I'm not going to let you put that on me because I'm already aware.
Bars.
So, you go to those people are going to give you those affirmations, who are going to speak life over you, who are going to encourage you and uplift you to when you're already in a time of so much doubt.
Right. So now, with that being said, and that's I like how you stopped on that point. We do know that, being a full-time boss requires a certain level of discipline, a certain level of scheduling. Are you able to take me through a day? Like, and I mean everything, whether it's the marketing and the appointments and everything. I want to know what you go through. Give the people. The people want to know. Give the people something.
So the first thing I do is I wake up and I say, don't check your phone. Don't check your phone. Don't check your phone. And then I roll over and check my phone. And then I'm like, oh my God, so many messages. And then I start thinking about how I'm going to reply and I start getting distracted. So, as a mother, as a wife, family of 6, I'm really learning time management. Right. I'm really learning there's a time and a place for everything, that you can turn things off, that you can put it away, that nobody else, nobody needs a response immediately. We have grown up where technology, how come you didn't text me back right away? It's like, but we forget that there is life.
Yeah, it's all about them boundaries.
All right, so now that you learned, you're getting this discipline with the phone and you kind of tried to figure that out, take me through the rest of it.
So the rest of the day, depending on what I have scheduled. So if I have international training, I'm heading to the studio. I'm setting up for Zoom call, Zoom meeting, whatever. I've got models coming in, so I'm organizing my day according to that. When I'm in the studio for sessions with my clients, typically I'm messaging my clients the day before, sending them reminders. About 10, 11 o'clock, I post on Instagram. Later in the afternoon, I may run a reel, just trying to encourage the engagement, encourage exposure on social media. It is a lot. And again,
it sounds like it
is a lot. And I think one of the things that I really need to work on is organization as well as the time management, where it's like, these are chunking, right? Chunking my days, because what I do is I do a little bit of everything. Yeah. And then
nothing gets done thoroughly.
And then like at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I'm putting my kids to bed. I'm like, crap, I got to send an email, So transitioning from my 9 to 5, where everything is laid up in front of me. I know what I have to do. And then 5 o'clock, I walk away. Into an entirely new life where I am responsible. Right. I am responsible for my success, and failure is not.
And it's a sense of gratification as well, too, right? Like a sense of pride. Like you're responsible for you. Absolutely. At this point, you know what I mean?
There's pride, but it's like that word responsibility. Like
it's daunting. It's daunting.
I speak from my perspective. I'm a full-time employee. I know where you're coming from. Like, whether I do the job or not, I shouldn't even say this out loud, but like my paycheck is coming. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like every 2 weeks I'm getting that paycheck. So I respect y'all, because it's
if you don't grind, we don't eat.
Yeah, exactly. But it also keeps you going, right? So there's lots of skills you can learn. There's videos you can watch. I should probably do all of those things. Finding mentorship as well. So, I'm currently mentoring women in the industry to help them grow and better their business.
About how many people do you have under you right now? Like, as far as the, trainees, I guess.
Like consistent communications. Probably about 20.
Oh, wow.
But like overall train the number. So there's some women, need a little more help than others. Right. And I do my best, which is just another responsibility, right?
So you're doing, so you're doing the training on top of actual clients coming in and getting contoured as well too, right?
Yeah.
Wow. It's a lot.
So how do you manage all of that? Like, how do you set boundaries? Like, you have 4 kids. You mentioned you have
any
kids,
tips on how
you're married. Like, how do you separate? Because now, like, 9 to 5, you go to work, you leave the job, you come home, it's done. Like, how do you separate the two?
So I'm still working on that.
Right.
And I'm not afraid to say it because I know that if I acknowledge I need to work on it, I'm going to, right? So I can't give advice on how to do it now because I'm not an expert. However, in a couple years, hopefully by the end of the month, but right? But I'm what are my priorities? Yeah. My priority is that when my daughter is talking to me, I'm looking her in the face. My priorities is that when my kids are playing and they're pretending to be mommy, they're not on their phone. Right? Like, this is the legacy that I'm really leaving. I'm running this business. I'm working this hard for their future. This is a priority. So again, prioritizing and then setting boundaries accordingly, letting people know, hey, I'm so sorry. I love voice notes, by the way, because that saves so much time. Letting people know, hey, I'm sorry. I'm just in something. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I haven't forgotten about you.
Yeah, that's hard because I've been in this 10 years. And I still
go to Ryan
exactly. I still have problems with the boundary stuff. Because you find yourself working and like you said, you could just keep on going and going.
Yeah.
You're up 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and you're just like, I need to sleep.
It's a good.
You know what I mean?
Like it's good though because you're passionate enough to not even notice that the time is passing and you're working. So like it's actually a good thing. It's a positive thing. It's just you don't want to run yourself.
But as she mentioned as well, with the family aspect as well too, right? When you got the kids and like you said, you want them to know that you're paying attention to them. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, man. You're convicting me right now. I gotta take my boy on a walk later on. You know what I mean? All right, okay, cool. So as we wrap this up, Anna, people are watching, people have their questions, people need some advice. So what advice would you give potential full-time bosses, those who have their side hustles or those who are just looking to get some information as far as the next step?
Do it. Just do it. There's this quote by Wayne Gretzky. I hate quoting, but everybody knows this. You'll miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
Right.
So would you rather live with fear or regret? Right. So when you get into the business, there's a lot of things that can happen. There are these possibilities, but you'll never know unless you take the steps. And I'm not trying to throw you off a building. I'm not saying, quit your full-time job and follow your dreams.
Yeah, that'd be me.
That's scary, right?
I'm telling you, quit. Jump off the ledge, yo. Just do it.
Jump off that ledge.
Yeah.
But there's little steps that you can take. Both our careers started as a side hustle, and now we're doing it as a full-time job. Right. Like we gradually built our clientele. We gradually built that income before stepping out of our full-time job.
Right.
I got a push. However, whoever's listening, perhaps you could just walk into your boss's office and be like, "Guess what? I'm out."
There you go.
Send them a funny meme or be like, "I'm not coming in today or tomorrow." Or
exactly. And I know you mentioned about not telling your family stuff, but it's good to surround yourself with like-minded people, I'm assuming, right?
But the thing is, I'm not going to say just surround yourself with like-minded people. Be careful who you tell,
who you share your dreams,
who you share your dreams with, because to be honest, my best friend, she likes her 9 to 5.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's not that she's not like-minded,
right.
But I could still go to her for encouragement.
Gotcha.
Right. However, there's other people that are play fundamental roles in my life for other things.
Right.
I just wouldn't tell them about my business.
Right.
Hustle on the low, move in silence, and then when you're comfortable, when you are secure in your own identity here, right? When you are confident in your ability, and it doesn't matter what nobody else has to say.
Then you can tell the world.
Yeah. You can tell the world, but don't let people plant those seeds, right? So you work in your garden, you water your fruit, you build success, and you harvest the abundance from it.
Amen. Preach. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the knowledge you drop in. Thank you. And all the congratulations on your business.
Thank you.
And the successes that you've had as well, too, because you made a lot of moves in not that long a time.
Yeah, I was able to really move out of my comfort zone, and I'm grateful that I took the steps. And even if I wasn't where I was today, at least, like I said, I can say I tried.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. Lady Shay, do you have anything else to say to her? We're about to kick her out.
You know what? I got a lot of gems. You dropping
So
gems.
you're gonna start body contouring?
Maybe not body
That
contouring.
growing
child.
industry.
Like, maybe not body contouring, but definitely,
I might come for a session.
You might come for a
Ryan
session.
needs
Well,
to get
Ryan,
his
do you want to
belly
start
done.
body contouring? I'm
Maybe.
an international master trainer.
Yeah.
I've trained men before.
You have to show my before and after on the side.
No hands. I'll cut that off. Don't worry.
No, show my face, yo. Show the world, yo. Show the world.
Anybody wondering
Like,
what
my
Ryan
booty used to look like this.
I know.
But now,
Heck and his page.
I know.
Full-time physique, okay?
Yeah.
halftime physique.
Sorry, halftime.
Yeah.
But all full-time job.
Full-time boss.
job.
Full-time
boss.
You know, we're going to stop here.
Only halftime
All right,
boss.
so thank you for coming. Thank you for having us. Thank you for coming
Thank
today.
you for having me.
There you go. There you
You're
go.
welcome for having me.
All right, and thank you guys for tuning in. You're gonna see all the handles that you can follow if you want to learn more. And yeah, thanks. Until next time, have a great week.
Hit me up if you want to learn body contouring.
There you go. Plug.
Be your own boss.